Hello, my friends. I'm Hunter here from amnorhunter.com. Happy to spend some time with you in another video. Happy Thursday. Hope that you are doing alright. Today we're going to be checking out a couple of cool new free plugins and also a couple of new interesting deals in music production tools. As usual, you will find the applicable links in the video description and first comment just below the timestamps, right? And I like to put timestamps in case that you want to move around between the mini segments of the video, in case that you want to get straight to the point. Remember that there are always timestamps as well in the video description. So before we begin, let me show you quickly the plugins we're gonna be checking out today. So let's start with the freebies. This Clipper plugin with analog characteristics, it's available for free. It's called Ceiling Fan. Another cool freebie, brand new release by DAW Junkie, is the Slurpy Junior, right? Very cool synthesizer. And moving on to the deals, United Plugins just released yesterday the Lofinity plugin, introductory price of $15 only, 78% off until November 30th. Very cool multi-effect, and remember that in any purchase here at Plugin Boutique, you get a free plugin as well of your choice, either the Random by Beat Surfing or the 7 Deadly Snares by Beat Surfing as well. One of these two plugins can be chosen in the checkout process in any purchase, right? And another huge deal we have currently is the Manley 2 Preamp by Universal Audio. This plugin has an 80% off. Only for some days until October 25th. Only $29 for this cool Preamp 2 Preamp plugin. And remember that in any purchase you get a free plugin of your choice here at Plugin Boutique. The choices can be Random Beat Surfing or the 7 Deadly Snares by Beat Surfing as well. A couple of virtual instruments. Alright. So before we begin with the content, let me invite you quickly to my website, amnorhunter.com, where you can get some additional free stuff, such as some free PDF guides and ebooks for music producers and guitar players. Also some additional free tools, such as some collections of guitar impulses and drum sample packs. Don't forget to check out this channel or my blog, which I am updating almost on a daily basis with tons of content like this. And let me know if you are here in the live stream. I am always happy and interested to know your opinions. I'm always very interested to get to know you guys, to engage in conversations with you guys. It's always very fun here in the live stream. So without further ado, let me take you now to my DAW and let's start with the freebies, alright? So this is the Ceiling Fan by Saint Mike DSP. Very cool clipper that can add very cool saturation, right? It's very simple to use. Up here you have the meters of the input and the output, and the reduction, it's here when the clipping, when the clipper, it's affecting the signal, right? You're gonna see here a light in blue from right to left, all right? And you have here the ceiling of the clipper, right? The more you reduce this, of course, the more clipping you, the more clipping effect. All right. Also, you can introduce some saturation. Very cool saturation here, up to 12 decibels positive, minus 12 decibels. All right. We can also have add some color in the form of EQ, like brightness to the right, and a bit of darker sound, more focused, or reducing some of the top end for a more darker sound, right? We have an output just to compensate any levels. All right, so let's check it out on drums first. Okay, so let's turn it on. You have input and output. Let's reduce the ceiling here. Okay, we start to see some gain reduction here. Clippers are very cool to use to controlling peaks, right? Especially on drums, on toms, snare, kick drum. Here it's adding a bit of character already. clipping. Let's add some saturation. Okay. But if we use the ceiling, we're gonna clip the signal, adding also full saturation. Hear it. Before, after. We are controlling the dynamics heavily and adding character at the same time. If you don't want that character, just back the ceiling and just if you want just to shave off the peaks, right? And let's add the color a bit brighter. Okay, a bit brighter, right? It's musical. Darker. Okay, yeah, it helps a bit to have this in a clipper, of course. Not a lot of clippers have like color or EQ. But I really love the saturation on this one. Alright, let's also use it on bass guitar. I have this very dynamic bass guitar here. It's not compressed. So let's control it with the clipping. There is adding some saturation. So it's not a clean clipper by any means, because slight clipping starts to add a bit of saturation. So let's distort it a bit. I want to, like, these peaks, control them. Let's add some. A lot of distortion. Clean, distorted. Alright, very cool. Let's continue with another freebie in this list. Is this synthesizer by Junkie. It's the junior version of the Slurpy synthesizer with a lot of modulation. It will give you also some drone sounds, some crazy modulated sounds. It has different presets, many presets included. So let's check out here. This is the wave, right? There are different modes of waveform. Unison, detune, attack and release to shape the dynamics of the notes. It has like high cut filter here. This squeaker adds a nice character. You're gonna hear that in a moment. Then the bottom and top are here to the left. Then the speed, and then we have effects as well. Reverb. This is the mix for the reverb, the mix for the delay, and the mix for the distortion. The saturation, distortion is pretty nice. And general volume and output with this volume up here. All right. So this is the initial sound. Let me go to the initial settings. Right, the modulation bottom and top, sorry. Let's add reverb. Let's add distortion. Let's change the modes here. Increasing the attack will give you more pad-like sound. Filter, right? Let's change presets here. Okay, let's add squeaker. Let's change another preset. Right, very cool presets. Can give you very crazy sounds, some drones even, distortion, crushed, modulation there. The speed of the modulation here. Electrocute. Some crazy sound, right? Exterminator. Alright, that's the Slurpy Junior by Junkie. Let's move on to the deals. United Plugins and JMG Sound released the Lofinity. This plugin, it's an all-in-one tool for adding lo-fi character in different ways, different shapes to your tracks. Here is the main control, right? To the left, no effect at all because it's hi-fi, but you start increasing this knob, start getting to the lo-fi territory little by little, right? And you start to add artifacts, starts to add saturation, some fluctuations. You start to add also some degradation to the audio, right? And what happens here is down here on these 6 modules, right? This editor that you can hide or you can have it shown like this. So you can blend many different effects here. For instance, here the analog, the first module, we turn it off and turn it on like that. We can blend a couple of effects here. All of these, right? Drift, chaos, warp, tape, VHS whoa, flutter, cassette whoa, cassette flutter, right? Vinyl, tape, etc. And you can blend it with other one here. And then we go to digital and we have all of this, right? Decimate, crush, MP sampler, arcade, crunch, etc. Here in glitch, we can blend also a couple of effects, such as data loss, stutter, deform, alien, drops, repeater, DJ scratch, all of this, right? Texture, circuit tape crackle, CPU buzz, destroy, clicks and pops, static, tape hiss, all of that lo-fi thing for adding texture. Color, we have tape warm, tube warm, sheep verve, shimmer verve, tape 8 echo, space echo, right? Telephone effect, television, toy speak, and utility. Let's see what we have here. HP soft 6, acid 18, all of this, gate, bass loss, mid loss, right? So all of this is in the editor section here. You can also randomize the settings with this randomize rand mode, right? And we have a general mix. Also, a cool thing is that we have automatic gain compensation and limiting here to protect the output, right? Automatic gain compensation activated and limiting, okay? And we have oversampling as well. Okay, so let's hear first this piano. This is the initial sound. Let's add a bit of lo-fi effect. It's adding all of what's down here. Okay, let's choose something randomly here. Okay, and we can have more hum, resonator. Okay. Okay, let's go again. And we have a general mix control, cool thing to have. Okay, let's click random here. Okay, adding some clicks and pops, tape crackle, artifact down, SP sampler, random. Okay, hi-fi. Okay, cool. All right, and let's click another randomize. Okay, let's change presets here. So, yeah, I believe more than 100 effects to blend here and have that lo-fi sound in many different ways, right? Low fidelity. All right. That like bit brushing. It can work also as like transitions or fade outs, fade ins. All right. Let's also test it on acoustic guitars. Quickly here. Okay. meltdown, no effect. Cool effect. Nice, old tape love. Old vinyl that clicks and pops, crackle, and some flutter and whoa. Cool. Peaceful mind. Very cool stuff by United Plugins, pretty creative plugins lately. And let's continue with the last plugin in today's list. This is the Manley 2 Preamp by Universal Audio, right? Emulation and recreation of the modern classic by Manley 2 Preamp. This has the one cool thing that this preamp adds is negative feedback, and negative feedback adds certain changes in the harmonic content, in the transient design of the sound, and also adds clipping as well, and of course saturation if you overdo it, or if you use it a bit over the top, it can add some nice saturation and distortion, right? So it has line preamp and mic preamp here. The line preamp doesn't add attenuation to the audio. I'm sorry. The line preamp adds attenuation to the audio. The mic preamp doesn't add attenuation to the audio, so expect an increase in volume with the mic preamp, right? The line, you don't notice any changes. Also, the mic preamp, it's connected to this pad, right? If you have the line, you cannot use the pad. The mic preamp does have the pad active. Just a decrease of 20 decibels in volume, because it can get pretty crazy, right? So there it is. Also, we have a high-pass filter, very musical high-pass filter. To the left is off, in the center is 80 Hertz high-pass filter, and 120 high-pass filter all the way to the right, this switch that we have. The polarity as well, we can flip the phase. And this XFMR is a transformer, right? It's a transformer character. If it's an output, it's off. If it's an input, it adds that transformer extra character. The negative feedback starts to add when you start to use this gain, right? Which will add that negative feedback, that transient shaping, that clipping, and also changes in the harmonic content. It will push things forward in a very musical way, and you have the output to compensate, right? But it will add a very cool, of course, one thing that I always like to do with preamps is driving the input a lot to have some musical saturation, and decreasing the output to compensate, right? And this can be done in this plugin I'm going to show you in a moment. It is worth mentioning that this gain, the negative feedback, it's added when it's positive, right? 55, 60 decibels. When it's negative, it's clean, all right? So very musical preamp. Let's use it on drums first. I'm going to use the mic preamp here. It will add some loudness. Okay. It is worth mentioning that this type of character, it's very subtle, right? That's why I like to drive things further here in the input, to add some more character, to get to know the character of preamps. So let me increase here, I'm sorry, decrease the output to compensate and increase the negative feedback. Before. You have a bit of punch. The loudness is relatively the same. You have the things a bit forward in the mix with this. And it's not a volume thing, it's a thing about transients, about saturation, about clipping as well. But it's very subtle, right? Let me use a line now. Before. Before and after. Right? And one thing that I like to do is drive the negative feedback here. Let me increase, I'm sorry, let me activate the pad of minus 20 decibels and drive the input, but be careful with the output, right? Because the volume can increase a lot and it's gonna be with some saturation. There it is. Notice the snare. Before, after. Of course I am making things over the top here. Nice. It will be cool to have like a mix knob to blend maybe 50% of this saturated signal. Let's go back a bit. Before. A bit compressed and saturated, but very mild. Pushes things forward, right? Of course, it changes the behavior of the dynamics, the transients. Before. Okay. Let's also use it on vocals. Let's use the mic preamp here on vocals. Let's add negative feedback, and I'm going to use the pad just to take care of the output so it's not overloading. Snow starts falling. Before. Snow starts falling. So it's louder, so let me deactivate the pad. Snow starts falling. That's why the pad is very useful for that minus 20 decibels decrease. Snow starts falling. Before. I'm sorry. With the plugin on. Snow starts falling. Without it. Snow starts falling. More transparent. Less compressed, and this with the plugin on. Snow starts falling. You can see the dynamics. Less dynamics, right? Snow starts falling. Off. Grounded, frozen. Let's put it here. On. Grounded, frozen. More detail, right? It's subtle, but you have more detail. Grounded, frozen. Before. Grounded, frozen. It's very subtle, but let's add some cool saturation here on vocals. Grounded, frozen. Okay, let's add more input. Grounded, frozen. Okay.
Grounded,
Clean.
frozen.
30.
Grounded, frozen.
Alright, so that's the Manley preamp by Universal Audio, only $29.99, 80% off at Plugin Boutique. So let me know what you think of these plugins, my friends. I am always happy and interested to know your opinions about these tools. And let me know if you are here in the live stream. I am always happy and interested to know your opinions about these tools. Jacine Hamar is here. Hello, Jacine. Hamner, best regards, my friend. Root Screen is here. Hello, Root Screen. Wrigley Field is here. Hope all is well with you. Thanks a lot for the kind words, my friends. I appreciate it very much. DL says, hello, Amner. I bought the UJam bundle yesterday. Pretty cool. Oh, wow. Cool, DL. What plugins are included, or what virtual instruments are included in the bundle? Saludos desde Stockholm. Greetings to Stockholm, Sweden. Wow, pretty cool. I want to visit sometime your country. Maybe in a synth bus for parallel usage. What plugin you're talking about, Kurviak? Greetings, my friend. Synth bus for parallel usage. Yeah, you're talking about the Manley preamp. Alright, guys. So that's pretty much it. Remember that I have some free stuff on my website, free PDF guides and ebooks, free extra tools, collections of guitar impulses and drum sample packs. Don't forget to check out this channel or my blog, which I am updating almost on a daily basis with tons of content like this. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it very much. I will be seeing you